A very good evening to all of you. I hope everybody is doing fine. I would want to welcome you back to yet another interesting session of BBKP Pathshala. And as promised, we have a very, very special guest with us today and something very, very important to discuss with you all, that is CUET 23. Okay, but before that, before I introduce him or before I introduce the guest and I tell you all about it and we start with the discussion, let's have a recap about the past 2 weeks, the things that have happened in the past 2 weeks from the examination point of view, from the entrance point of view. Okay, so first and foremost, because the session is about CUET, so let me begin with CUET. So the registration dates for CUET have been extended. Earlier, it was, I think, 11th or 12th March. Now it has been extended till 30th March. Right. So all you aspirants out there who have already filled the form or have not yet filled the form, you have the opportunity to go and fill the form or refill it to make certain changes in it. The date is till 30th March. You can make the changes. You can register yourself for the exam for CUET 23 by 30th of March. Now, when I talk about filling in the form, what am I talking about? So if some of you have already filled the form, you would know what all things you're supposed to enter in it, right? So it requires your documents, it requires your preference in courses, your preference in the subjects from the domains, your preference in the colleges or the universities that you're aiming for. And like I said it last year, and I'm saying it this year also, please keep as many options as possible. Okay, please choose the domain subjects that you already have in your 12th standard to increase the plausibility of, getting admissions into your desired college. So I'll be talking in depth about CUET in this session only. Throughout the last 2 weeks, we had a lot of developments in the law entrances. So a lot of notifications have come out in law. Like today itself, the PU UILS exams have gone live. The registrations have begun for PU LLB courses. Okay, that is BBA LLB and BCom LLB. The courses, the registrations for the same have begun. Right, the exams PU UILS. So the registrations will be taking place till 10th of April, and the exam is set to take place on 30th of April. So if you've not yet registered yourself for the exam, you can start registering from today itself. Similarly, today the exam date has come out for MHCET MBA, which is for Maharashtra Law exam. So the exam is set to take place on 25th and 26th of March. So you don't have a lot of time left there. So if you're somebody who has applied for this particular exam, pull up your socks and start preparing, start revising rather, not preparing. Okay. Apart from that, the notifications have come out. An interesting thing has come out. So people amongst you who had appeared for CLAT 23 UG exam, there is a good news for you. Maharashtra National University, Nagpur, which was referred to as MNLU Nagpur, has launched a new course for LLB. And the criteria of admissions into that particular course is going to be your score in CLAT 23. Okay, CLAT UG 23. So if you are somebody who is looking for admissions or has not gotten what you were looking for, you can definitely check out this particular course of BA LLB. And the registrations have already begun for the same. So go ahead and register yourself for the same. So like I said, this particular 2 weeks, past 2 weeks have been very, very happening for the law aspirants. Also, I talked about MHCET MBA, talking about MHCET UG, undergraduate courses. People would already know that there are 2 courses in law. First is 3-year course, and then we have a 5-year integrated course. So the dates, registration dates, as well as the exam dates have also come out for both of them, for the 3-year course and also the 5-year integrated course. So if you are targeting that particular exam, you can go ahead and register yourself. The registrations have only opened. So the registration for the 3-year course is from 15th to 23rd of March. So it began recently only, 23rd March last date है आपके लिए register करने के लिए. और ये 3-year वाला exam होगा in 2 slots, that is 2nd and 3rd of May. Okay, so you do have a lot of time for preparation. So go ahead and fill in the form and start your prep. Similarly, we have another course or another exam in MHCT, which is a 5-year integrated course, right? So for this 5-year integrated course, the registrations will be opened till 23rd of March. I've jotted down the dates somewhere because I'm not very good at remembering dates. So 23rd March is the last day to register yourself, and the exam is set to take place on 20th of April. So again, you have a lot of time for preparation, and so make sure that you're filling in all these forms. So I think that was pretty much it. It happened in the world of entrance exams. Let's talk about what we are here today for, that is CUET 23. So the CUET notifications came out long time ago. The registrations began, I think, from 9th of February. And here we are almost towards the end of the March. So registrations for CUET would end on 20th of March, right? And the correction window as in when you can correct if there were any mistakes in filling up of the form, that will be from 1st to 3rd April. That will be the correction window that will be open for you. And the CUET exam is set to take place on 21st of May onwards. So like I said earlier also, CUET exam tends to take place in multiple slots, right? It tends to go on for numerous days because it is a multiple entrance exam, you can say, because you get admissions into multiple colleges, multiple universities, all these central universities, and now even certain private colleges have also started considering CUET as a window or as a gateway to their various undergraduate courses. So yes, it is a very huge exam, and it's a national level exam. A lot of people, I think almost all the students do appear for the CUET exam. So the exam tends to take place in multiple slots, right? So it is set to begin from 21st of May and it will go ahead till 31st of May. But just to keep things, more organized, NTA has also confined dates from 1st to 9th June. Just in case if they have to extend the slots, they have also, kept these dates as safe. So yeah, that's pretty much it about CUET, the development that has taken place. We'll be discussing in depth about the same in today's session. We have a very special guest, like I mentioned earlier, so it's time that I invite him over. So he cracked CUET last year, and he made his way to Shahid Sukhdev College, that is under Delhi University. So please allow me to welcome Mr. Janendra Bajaj. Hi, Janendra.
Hi, good.
How are you doing?
Good, ma'am. What about you?
I am doing good as well. So before we begin, please tell us something about yourself. Please give your quick introduction.
So, good evening. I am Janendra Bajaj, as you already know, and I am currently pursuing Bachelor of Financial Investment Analysis from the prestigious Syed Sukhdev College of Business Studies. I hail from Ludhiana, Punjab, and I have done my schooling from BCM Model Senior Secondary School, Ludhiana itself.
Okay. That's great, Janendra. That's quite impressive. So I got to I was just reading the comment section for people who bol rahe hain ki we are students from the Hindi medium also, guys. मैं कोशिश करूंगी to be bilingual. I'll try to speak in Hindi as well. तो आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कौन सा पर्टिकुलर पार्ट है जो मैंने पीछे बोला जो आपको नहीं समझ आया. मैं उसको आपके लिए हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट कर दूंगी. मुझे बताइए कौन सा स्पेसिफिक पार्ट है जो आपको नहीं समझ आया. Okay, so back to Janendra. So Janendra, tell us something about your family background. अपनी family के बारे में कुछ बताइए.
So my family includes my mother, father, my sister, and my grandparents. Since my father and mother were both graduated, and they wanted that I should pursue my degree from the prestigious college, whichever higher value, and they were always motivating me to pursue and to achieve my dreams.
That's great. Family support बहुत जरूरी होता है. I absolutely agree with you. Like for example, अगर मैं अपनी family की बात करूँ, all of like both of my parents are into the education field, right? So it बहुत फर्क पड़ता है what your family has expectations out of it. That is why जो भी हमारा guest आता है, I specifically ask them about their family because it's very important. People should know, about the family support. ठीक है.
Yes.
तो जिनेंद्र आपके पास 12th में कौन सी stream थी?
So, ma'am, I was having the stream commerce with financial sales. Many of you will not know about this stream. Basically, it was a stream which was not included in business studies. It was optional, but it was given as option to as a subject of financial market management as a compulsory subject. And I would say that studying that subject as insisted me to pursue my interest in finance line and to pursue a Bachelor of Financial Investment Analysis.
Okay, that's interesting. यार बहुत कम बच्चे ये सब्जेक्ट लेते हैं 12th स्टैंडर्ड में. I'm glad that आपको ये choice मिला. So when you were in your 12th class, Janendra, जिस position पे अभी हमारे बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं, the people who are supposed to appear for the CBT 23 this year, they all are appearing for the board exams right now. Some of them might have finished with them, but some of them it would still be going on. So I would want to know, जब आप 12th standard में थे, what was your perspective? What were you looking forward to doing in your graduation? Were you clear कि हाँ मुझे ये particular, जैसे अभी आप BBA FIA कर रहे हैं, the course that you're pursuing. So आप पहले से ही clear था that you want to go into business administration, या did it happen after you appeared for the exam या आपको colleges जो मिले?
Yes, ma'am, I was initially clear about that I will be pursuing Bachelor of Financial Investment Analysis. But since there are only a few limited number of seats, only one college was providing the slots and there was high competition. So my another interest was in BMS, for which the Delhi it was in Delhi University's night colleges. And better, but my main aim was for the Bachelor of Financial Investment Analysis only.
Okay. Okay, so just for the audience, सबको नहीं पता, could you please tell what is the full form of FIA, the course that you're pursuing?
Yes, but I said no is Financial Investment Analysis.
Financial investment analysis. Okay, so because you were getting it from like very limited. So which all colleges, if you know, Janendra, which all colleges offer this particular course? DU में कौन-कौन से colleges हैं?
Only Syed Sukhdev College of Business Studies and Syed Dasduri College of Applied Science. Only colleges are there.
Okay, so we have somebody in the chat, in the comment section asking why did they choose SSCBS over SRCC? Because he was getting his desired course in that particular college. That is why he had chosen this particular college, right?
Yes, ma'am. This is a topic of always a debate for the SSCBS students. Thereby, many students who don't admitted into SRCC, they take 1 year gap and then pursue their interest in BFI especially.
Okay. Right. Okay, so Janendra, back to your school time. So what all entrances did you appear for apart from CVT? आपने और कौन-कौन से entrances दिए हैं CVT के अलावा?
Since my interest was in BFI and I don't want to pursue any other course and want to pursue my degree from Delhi University only, so I did graduating.
Okay, तो मतलब पहले से ही काफी sorted थे, so you did not appear for आपने कोई और entrance test नहीं दिया, you focused on CVT only because you're very clear कि मुझे DU से ही करना है, मुझे यही course करना है, मुझे यही college चाहिए, तो इसलिए you didn't appear for any other exam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So now what I would want to ask you is, and it's a very logical question, however, we all know कि CVT का syllabus is pretty much similar to जो आप boards के लिए prepare कर रहे हो, almost similar ही है, except for अगर आप कोई extra subjects choose कर रहे हो apart from what you've had in your 12th class, right? तो and आपके टाइम पे तो जब आपने CVT के लिए एग्जाम दिया होगा, yours was the first batch, like आप लोग पहली बार ये एग्जाम दे रहे थे, nobody before you had appeared for this particular exam, right? So what was your strategy? And I will talk about sections separately. अभी मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि what was your strategy striking a balance between your board exams and between CVT? आपने balance कैसे strike किया दोनों की preparation में?
So I was giving after time as well as after time to boards, and I was maintaining the balance like 3.5 hours each day for boards and 3.5 each day for CGT. And during the boards, I had reduced this time to only 1.5 2 hours in between for CGT, and my main focus was on boards only during the boards. And after the boards, actually there is not any other thing to do. So my whole time was for the left for CGT preparation only.
That's a good strategy. So, like I said earlier, advantage CVT वालों के पास ये होता है कि आप extra preparation करने की जरूरत है. Of course, you have to prepare about the GT part. अगर आप GT के लिए appear कर रहे हैं, otherwise it's pretty much the same. So, for the people who do not know, let me tell you CVT का syllabus है क्या, exam pattern क्या है. So, basically for the CVT exam, that is Common University Entrance Test, आपके पास 3 sections आते हैं. First section is language. ठीक है, जिसमें आपके language 1A, language 1B होता है. So you can choose any one language as per your convenience. ठीक है, majority of the people who go for Hindi or English depending कि आपको कौन सा subject में आप comfortable है, right? So आपको section 1 में एक language choose करना होता है. Coming to section 2 है domains. ठीक है, जहाँ पे आपके पास 27 subjects है. It contains all the subjects, चाहे वो history है, commerce में से कोई भी ले लो, arts में से कोई भी ले लो, whatever stream that you are in, हर stream का वहाँ पर एक हर subject available है. So the in totality of 27 subjects in the second section, that is domain, right? And then third section is GT, that is general test, जिसमें you're supposed to prepare for current affairs, you're supposed to prepare for static GK, current GK, and news and everything related to the general knowledge aspect. So that is section 3. तो ये 3 sections आते हैं आपके एग्जाम में. आपका एग्जाम जो होता है वो CBT होता है, दैट्स कंप्यूटर बेस्ड टेस्ट होता है. यू सपोज टू गिव इट ऑन अ कंप्यूटर, नॉट इन अ पेन एंड पेपर. और आपके सारे क्वेश्चंस MCQ फॉर्मेट में होते हैं, राइट? सो लाइक आई सेड अर्लियर, आप लैंग्वेज में कोई एक चूज कर सकते हैं, डोमेन्स कोई भी चूज कर सकते हो, जीके चाहे तो. सो एज पर CUET 23, हर साल हल्के फुल्के चेंजेस आते रहते हैं. सो एज पर CUET 23, in totality from all the 3 sections आप कोई भी 10 सब्जेक्ट्स चूज कर सकते हैं, करेक्ट? सो एक हो सकती है आपकी लैंग्वेज, ऑब्वियसली एक लैंग्वेज होगी, एक जीके हो सकता है. उसके अलावा आप 6 डोमेन सब्जेक्ट्स चूज कर सकते हो. सो इन टोटल यू हैव 10 ऑप्शंस विद. ठीक है, तो नाउ बिकॉज ही हैड क्लैरिटी दैट ही वांटेड टू परस्यू हिज करियर, हिज ग्रेजुएशन इन FIA, सो ही मस्ट हैव चोजन द सब्जेक्ट्स अकॉर्डिंगली. सिमिलरली अगर आपको लेट्स से BCom करना है, या आपको BA इकोनॉमिक्स ऑनर्स करना है, या आपको BSc करना है बायोलॉजी ऑनर्स और समथिंग लाइक दैट, तो आप अपनी कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से व्हाटएवर दैट यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन, उसके हिसाब से आप सब्जेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन चूज कर सकते हैं. ऑल्सो व्हाइल चूजिंग दी सब्जेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशंस, आपको दिमाग में ये रखना है कि आप कौन से कॉलेजेस टारगेट कर रहे हो. तो CUET की वेबसाइट है सामर्थ की, तो उस पे जाकर बहुत डिटेल में लिखा हुआ है हर कोर्स के बारे में. लेट्स से क्या वहां पर जाके BCom टाइप करते हैं, तो वो सारे इंस्टीट्यूट्स, all the colleges, all the universities that are offering the BCom course will appear. उनकी एलिजिबिलिटी वहां पर दिखेगी कि मतलब वो क्या सब्जेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन आपसे चाहते हैं CUET के एग्जाम के लिए. एंड ऑल्सो द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया, व्हाट आर दे एक्सपेक्टिंग, व्हाट इज द मिनिमम क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ कोर्स पर योगा, परसेंटेज वो क्या चाह रहे हैं आपकी 12th बोर्ड्स में ना, ऑल ऑफ दीस थिंग्स. तो आप वहां जाकर फिल्टर करके यू कैन फिगर आउट कि आपको कौन से कॉम्बिनेशन चूज करना है. तो लाइक somebody in the comment section is talking about SRCC. So if you're targeting SRCC, तो जाके देखिए कि SRCC में क्या है क्राइटेरिया. आर दे आस्किंग फॉर यू टू टेक GT, वो चाहते हैं कि आप थर्ड डोमेन अपीयर करें या ना करें. सो अकॉर्डिंगली आप एक कॉम्बिनेशन सेट कर सकते हैं, उसके हिसाब से यू कैन फिल इन योर प्रेफरेंस while registering yourself for the CUET exam. So back to Janendra. So Janendra, my next question to you would be, what was your subject combination? आपने domains में कौन-कौन से subjects लिए थे, कौन सी language choose करी थी, और क्या आपने GT के लिए appear किया था कि नहीं?
So to pursue and BMS, I was decided to prepare only 3 tests. There were English, maths, and general test.
Okay, all right. So you chose this particular combination only, no changes in that?
No, ma'am. I chose only these combinations.
Okay, great. So language की आपने, how did you prepare for? Let's talk about the domain specific or section specific preparation now. So how did you prepare for section 1? आपने English की तैयारी कैसे करी?
So, ma'am, for the English, I refer to the study material books that were provided by Hitbullseye, and there was a book given vocabulary, and I had divided that book into subparts and according to day schedule. And I was learning few vocabulary was daily. And for the grammar, I was firstly understanding all the concepts. And after when I was done with all the basic docents, I had moved to more tests as well as high level advanced docents. And after when I felt confident, and I was moving to more advanced level of docents, and this was my preparation strategy for English.
ठीक है. So like if I talk about the difficulty level, आपके हिसाब से was the English section difficult, easy, moderate, आप कौन सी category में डालेंगे?
So, but I expected would be the level. The paper was very much easier in comparison to that level. The paper was in very basic questions, and for me, if I would go without preparing it, we can easily clear it. That is
Okay, don't say that. Don't say without preparing because people will go without preparing. Janendra, you don't know. They'll go, अरे Janendra ने बोला था कि बिना तैयारी के जाओ, तो बिना तैयारी के जाएंगे. So basically the thing is, बच्चे, with you the exam is taking place the very first time, right? So you never know इस साल क्या पता section difficult आ जाए, क्या पता वो ज़्यादा, to make it more strict, वो ज़्यादा difficult वो डाले. So you never know. So you can't say कि ऐसा. अच्छा. So if we talk about the type of questions, तो किस तरह के questions आए थे English में? Were there a lot of questions from RCs? या ग्रामर के एस्पेक्ट से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस थे या वोकैबुलरी के एस्पेक्ट से कोई ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस थे क्या व्हाट वाज द टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस द टॉपिक्स दैट वर कवर्ड
And actually there was a balance between all of them. There were 3 RCs, and like nearby around 5 docents were there asked in each RC. And there were 5 to 7 docents of vocabulary. And in grammar there were docents divided like few docents were asked of literary devices, and few were sentence rearrangement. These were the most docents that were asked.
तो अगर कोई अभी CUET 23 के लिए प्रिपरेशन कर रहा है फॉर द इंग्लिश सेक्शन, लेट्स से कि उन्होंने इंग्लिश की लैंग्वेज चूज करी है, व्हाट वुड बी योर सजेशन, व्हाट वुड बी योर what would you suggest that particular person to do? वो कैसे प्रिपेयर करे इंग्लिश सेक्शन के लिए आपके हिसाब से?
So ma'am, firstly they need to increase the vocabulary level, since there were direct questions asked from vocabulary, and they can refer to some book like there was a book whole book Hitbullseye book study material that was provided. And after that, for the grammar they need to clear with the basic concepts that were taught to us in class 4th to 5th. And for the reading passages they need to increase the speed, because reading passages can be done very easily, but the only determinant is to maintain the speed and time management. So basically I would say they need to do as much practice as they could do.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. So it's all about practice. And also because I feel कि जो आप boards में जिस तरीके के paper दे रहे हैं, like for example आपके पास English language है 12th class में, so if you're preparing for boards, so you have subjective type of questions. You're supposed to write the answers. आपको email, मुझे नहीं पता अभी currently क्या syllabus है, हमारे time पे we used to have email writing and report writing and all these things we used to have in 12th standard. I don't know how changed it is now, right? So it's very different from there. So of course, RCs, the kind of RCs that we do could be very different from an exam point of view, like a national exam point of view. So of course, speed is the key. You should have, you should have increased speed when you're solving RCs. So if I ask you personally, Janendra, जब आप RC solve करते हो, what strategy do you use?
So ma'am, basically I do to read all the questions that were asked, and after that I go to the RC and take the idea. After that, going through each line, I check whether the line is appropriate to the answer or not. And I would say this is necessary to check the line 2 to 3 times. The answer is the line is related to the questions. Many times I have seen that question we have asked in, and according to that question, there are 2 to 3 lines in the question, And I had in my when I was practicing, I was making mistake that I was deferring to the first line and answer according to that. So reading the full RC is a necessity in that would I would say.
Right, that's true. So basically, from a technical point of view, अगर मैं technically बात करूँ, so RCs को attempt करने के बहुत तरीके होते हैं. Like you have this method called the elimination method. ठीक है, जहाँ पे आप options को eliminate करते रहते हैं. Last में जो option बनता है, that is usually your correct answer. And another way is in which you take up the keywords. जैसे कि पहले आप क्वेश्चंस पढ़े. फॉर एग्जांपल यू रीडिंग क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 says, let me say hypothetically, the question says, when was Mahatma Gandhi born? Suppose that is the question. So obviously from your common sense you'll understand कि okay यहाँ पे number आना है because date of birth would be numbers. You can definitely go and scan the paragraph and look for the dates जहाँ पर dates है और उसके आगे पीछे का context read करके figure out what the answer is. But yes, in a difficult level of question, this trick might not work. So in solving RCs, what is very, very important is your interpretation. Your translation speech should be very, very strong. जब आप पढ़ रहे हैं, are you able to understand the content then and there? Is it taking time for you to translate it into your own, into your own language, understand it, and then figure out the answers? So if you're somebody who is good at comprehending things very soon, मतलब आप पढ़ते ही बहुत जल्दी translate कर लेते हैं. In that case, you should always read the passage first. Read the passage and then go to the questions. And also your retention part should be very, very good. आपको याद रहना चाहिए कि आपने एक particular passage में क्या पढ़ा है. The people who are not that good with the retention part, जिनको ज़्यादा देर तक information याद नहीं रहती है, who are maybe a little slow with English, considering that it's not a first language and not from the same medium, because everybody has a different caliber. So उस case में you should always attempt the questions first. पहले question पढ़िए, question का meaning समझिए, figure out the keywords, look for the keywords in the passage जहाँ पे आपको वो keywords साथ में मिल रहे हैं. Figure out your answer would be somewhere around there. So that is one of the tricks that you have for RCs. Generally also, जब भी आप कोई competitive exam के लिए prepare कर रहे होते हैं, English is one of the very common. हर एक में English होता ही होता है कोई भी exam हो. So while preparing for English, it's always said that you should read as much as possible. Read books, read non-fiction stuff so that you are familiarized with the language a little bit more. But like Janendra said, the last year's CUET exam, the English section was not that difficult. So maybe you don't have to go to that extreme for the preparation part. Okay. So now talking about the domains. So Janendra, जब आप form भर रहे थे बच्चे, when you were filling in the form of the CUET exam last year, and considering that the exam was taking place for the very first time, अभी तो we still have a point of reference. आप बता सकते हैं, I'm taking an interview with you today. So I can tell the people कि ठीक है इस तरीके से आप कर सकते हैं. We can see as somebody who is experienced in that sense, right? जब आपका batch था, आपका तो first ही batch था, आपके पास तो कोई point of reference भी नहीं था. So I want to ask you, जब आप form भर रहे थे, when you were filling in the preferences for the course and for the subjects, what strategy did you use then while filling in the preferences for the subjects and for the course and the college?
So, ma'am, I told you I was initially clear that I will be pursuing BFIA. And मुझे ये था कि जब मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी जाना है तो BFA या BMS के लिए जाना है. So I only the three forms that were of domain subjects: English, Maths, General Test, and colleges for that I filled sites of Dave College of Business Studies for BFA as well as BMS. And as a backup option, I filled other colleges of BMS too. For it.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking this question, which is you were clear. That's very good कि आपको पहले से clarity है वो क्या करना है. There are a lot of people who don't have that clarity. There are a lot of people who are still confused कि क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, कौन सा course लेना है. That way. So in that case, again, like I said, it becomes very, very pivotal that you're very clear कि आपको course कौन सा course करना है. उसके according you should go ahead and choose the domains. Now let's talk about the domains. Section 2, that is the domains where you have 27 subjects. Out of those subjects, you can choose any subjects as per your convenience. So, Janendra, when you were preparing for the domains part, this for section 2, what was your strategy there?
So, to mention maths exam, I had initially cleared with all the concepts of maths, and after that, I had gone through the NCRT questions and NCRT exemplar questions. And after that, I had given the mod test given on Hitbullseye website, and there was need to increase the speed. And like I had made my schedule according to that to do 2 chapters each day and clear all the concepts. And giving mods was not a thing. Analyzing mods was more important than giving mods in maths, I would say, because it was telling us where I need to increase my speed, which chapter I need to do more focus. And uh, in the exam, even I would say that questions were asked from NCRT and NCRT exemplar only.
Okay. So आप ये बोल रहे हैं when you're preparing for domains NCRT को कि आप सब कुछ समझ लो NCRT से ही सारा पेपर आता है. Are you trying to say that that is the main source of questions?
Yes, ma'am. Main source was NCRT and NCRT exemplar only. The questions were modified to little extent, but I would say no. Most around 90% questions were there from directly were there from the NCRT.
NCRT go. Right. So people preparing for CUET 23 are tip. NCRT is your Bible while preparing for CUET because apparently it directly answers from that, and also because it is based on a 12th class, so NCRT is something that you can refer to most definitely. So, Janendra, when you were obviously preparing for boards, तभी आप NCRT से ही तैयारी कर रहे होंगे for all the subjects that you already have, right? जब आप उस टाइम प्रिपेयर करते हो, preparing for a subjective type of an exam, जहाँ पे आपको दिखना था बहुत ज्यादा. अब Hitbullseye, sorry, not Hitbullseye, और जो CVT का पेपर है, that is in the MCQ format. तो आपने वो transition कैसे किया? How did you prepare for the MCQ format of questions?
So, ma'am, there was a problem, I would say, for the time management. The questions which were be covered in boards for objective type, like the question that came in our board for 5 minutes, directly came in into the CGT. The same question was there, and the thing was there. In boards, we were given time of around 5 minutes for that question, and in the CGT, there was only around 1 minute to do that question. And so to do that question, but the strategy was to increase the time, decrease the time and increase our speed. And so I would say time management was very important, and we need to increase very much our speed to the extent that was required to clear the maths domain exam in CGT. And I would say NCRT exemplar has many objective type questions, and one can focus more on those type of questions.
Right, definitely. So basically, what I feel is जब आप subjective तरह के questions के लिए prepare कर रहे हो, the objective automatically becomes easier, right? So because the context pretty much is the same, and also because you have 4 options, आप बहुत आसानी से choose कर सकते हो. So I personally feel that the objective type of questions are much better than subjective type of questions. Right. So yeah, that is something that you people can go ahead with. Of course, you would have notes for your standard boards. So go ahead and do it accordingly, prepare it accordingly, choose the topics that according to your importance. Now talking about section number 3, general test, which is again optional. It is not compulsory for all the students to choose general test. जीटी आपकी मर्जी है, अगर आप जो कॉलेज का प्रेफरेंस भर रहे हैं, if it is a requirement of GT, you can appear for it. If it is not a requirement of GT, you might as well skip it. It's not important. जैसे कि in case of Janendra, उसके दिमाग में he was focused that this is the particular institute I want to get into. Similarly, if you're somebody जिसके दिमाग में है, okay, I want to get into Jesus and Mary, or no, I want to get into Saint Stephen's, मेरा यही target है, Saint Stephen's में मुझे BA Economics honors ही करना है, for example. So when you're that clear about it, so in that case, you might as well not choose a full preference name. But again, I would still add to play smart and to be on the safer side, do keep your options open. Because at times what happen, always remember, but exam jitna easy hoga, you know, the cutoffs would be that difficult. It would be difficult for you to get admissions into your desired college because sabhi ki achhe marks aaye, right? When the exam is difficult, it is easier for you to get admissions because there will be transitions there, right? So just to be on the safer side, don't be dependent on just one particular college or one particular course. keep your options open, be flexible, because God forbid, let's say because of XYZ reason, कुछ cut off हो गए, आपके boards में अच्छे marks नहीं आए, या किसी और reason की वजह से you did not get that one particular desired college, and because आपने एक ही का भरा था, you will eventually have to compromise. Right, so fill as many options as you can. That is why they don't have CVT ने NTA ने ऐसा कोई limitation नहीं रखा है कि आपको इतने ही courses choose करने हैं, इतना ही institute choose करना है. You're free to choose as many as you want. Right, so you must appear for GT even if it is something जो आपका college में भी accept ना कर रहा हो, just to keep your options open, just to appear for multiple other colleges and institutes to appear for the GT section. So talking about GT, Janendra, I personally believe would have been a little difficult because general knowledge or GK अगर आप regularly updated नहीं हैं, current affairs हो चाहे static GK हो, it becomes difficult to catch up. So what was your strategy preparing for the GT section?
So, ma'am, GT general test was including 3 subjects: GT, logical reasoning, and quants. So, for GT, I had referred to the current affairs booklet provided by the Hitbullseye, and I had seen most of the questions there in GT that were asked in CGT, but from that book directly. And additionally, I was reading newspaper daily. Not referring to the newspaper in depth, but going through main headlines and what is happening, and but the news is important from the CGT point of view. And after that, in strategy, I cleared myself with basic knowledge, like but who was the first prime minister, who was the first president, like these type of basic questions were essential to cover, since strategy is a vast subject and nobody clear it with beaten though in very much depth, but there is no use to do in that depth, since we will not able to memorize everything that easily, since we are having boards as well as CGT board. So I mainly don't do the basic knowledge of strategy as well as for the current GT don't to newspaper as well as booklet provided by Hitbullseye. And for the towards and logical session, I had don't I had attended the lectures of all the Hitbullseye and clear all the concepts. After the I was clear that I was known that I had cleared the concepts. I don't do basic questions and taken the idea how the questions can be asked. After that, I had don't do advanced level of questions as well as don't do the more tests simultaneously. And going to do modes was I would say very necessary thing, since it increased my speed as well as how to attempt questions, the way to write way to attempt questions, like if I am not knowing first 5 questions, so don't give much time to their questions, though to do the other type of questions. And they are giving time on modes as buildmaster, and I would say given the motorsports knows the only thing that helped me to CGT easily. Analyzing of modes has played a more important part in that. Uh, we should give more time on analyzing than the given modes. Analyzing will help us to cover that where we lack and where should be practice more, as well as on but is the time which we are giving and how we are improving it.
Right. I was going to discuss separately on mocks, and I will come to it right after the GT part. So yes, GT, as he said, has legal, logical reasoning, has quant, and has your current affairs and everything. So yes, okay. So since there were 3 sections, 3 parts, you're saying, कौन से पर्टिकुलर पार्ट का ज्यादा क्वेश्चन आया था एग्जाम में? वाज इट ज्यादा करंट अफेयर्स थे, ज्यादा रीजनिंग थी, या ज्यादा क्वांट्स था?
So, ma'am, GT questions were very much less. They were around only 10 to 15 out of 75 questions.
Okay.
And for the logical and quant, I would say it was a balanced questions. Half of them from quant, half of them from logical reasoning. But there is always uncertainty. I would recommended to CGAT 2020 aspirants. Since when the NTA released more tests during our time, there were around 30,000 of GT in more tests, but entirely opposite in that CGAT.
Right. So right before the exam, NTA enables certain sample papers कर देते हैं NTA आपका जब exam होने वाला होता है उससे just to give an idea कि exam particularly कैसा हुए in last year also this happened in the same way. So yes, that's absolutely fine. You could not be absolutely sure. हर बार it is not going to be the same pattern, proportions similar नहीं रहेंगे. And also in the GT section, you are given 75 questions. आप लोगों को 75 आपको सिर्फ 60 attempt करने होते हैं. 15 आप छोड़ सकते हो उनमें से, right? If I'm not wrong, है ना? So you can choose accordingly. And then of course, okay. So Janendra, is there any negative marking in the CUET exam?
Yes, ma'am. During my time, it was +5 for the right answer and -1 for don't answer.
This time also, but you do not get any negative marking for unattempted answers. अगर आपने कोई question का answer नहीं दिया है, are you leaving it? Then you don't have any negative marking for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's pretty much. I'm sorry.
So making a wise choice is very much necessary.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'll just come to the wise choice. So guys, that was about the syllabus and about the exam pattern of CUET. We tried to discuss in depth. I hope it is clear to you. If you people have any questions about the domains, about the syllabus, about the exam pattern, please feel free to post it in the comment section, and we here will try our best to resolve your questions. Okay, now we're talking about mocks, Janendra, because you spoke about it multiple times, so I would want to talk in depth about it. So whatever sessions that I've done previously, I've always specifically have chosen one particular, I take time to talk about mocks because mocks are extremely, extremely important, and people tend not to pay a lot of attention to mocks, and they tend to appear in the mocks at the last moment. जब एग्जाम के लिए 1 या 2 दिन बच जाते हैं, वो तब एक मॉक्स के लिए appear करते हैं. Of course, उनके अलग-अलग reasons हो सकते हैं. Some of them think कि अरे मैं demotivate हो जाऊंगा अगर मेरा score अच्छा नहीं आया. Some of them have this thinking कि अरे अभी तो मेरा syllabus complete हुआ, मैं अभी से mock देके क्या करूंगी. But mocks are very, very important, and I personally feel कि जब से you start preparing, तब से you should start appearing for mocks. There is no definite amount of time कि हाँ जी अब 2 हफ्ता पहले ही mocks दीजिए, तब 1 महीना पहले ही mocks दीजिए, ऐसा नहीं है. Whenever you feel कि ठीक है मेरा 5%, 10% preparation हो गया, take a mock right there, right? So Janendra, what I want to ask you is, of course, जब मैं let's say कि मैं अपना CUET का पहला mock दे रही हूँ, मैंने I have not gone through any of the sample papers. I'm giving it for the very first time. What should be my expectation? Because of course I'm not going to score full marks. मेरे पूरे marks नहीं आएंगे. I'm giving it for the very first time. So should the expectations be very, very high? या normal होनी चाहिए या बहुत कम से कम minimal होनी चाहिए आपके हिसाब से?
So, ma'am, when we are giving the more test for the first time, we should not expect very much high, since we have no idea, but will be the level of docents and or will be able to do the type of docents. But I know when I had done my first mod, I was not able to store that much dot amount. But the thing we need to learn it, where do we let and which area we need to focus, and how do we need to increase our speed. And please, I would say never ever feel demotivated after giving the first mock test.
Yeah, that's very, very important. A lot of people don't give, Janendra, they don't give mocks. मेरे पास बहुत cases आते हैं, I get so many questions, and they are of this opinion कि मैम हम demotivate हो जाएंगे फालतू में हमें. So you need to take it as this. That's the reason it's called a mock, not an actual exam. So you need to take it as a mock only. And eventually जब आप multiple mocks देंगे, जब आप 5, 7, 10 mocks देंगे, आप खुद देखेंगे that there is a little bit of an improvement happening every time. So mocks देने के advantages क्या हैं? कुछ मैं बताऊंगी, कुछ जनेंद्र बताएंगे, जो मैं भूल जाऊंगी मैं skip कर दूंगी, वो जनेंद्र can cover up. So I feel the most important benefit of mock is आप बहुत ज़्यादा familiarize हो जाते हैं with the exam pattern. It gives you very good knowledge about the exam pattern. आपको exactly पता चल जाता है कौन से questions बहुत ज़्यादा frequently repeat हो रहे हैं और कौन से questions do not come that often. So it gives you a very good idea about the exam pattern, about the syllabus. It gives a very good understanding about it. Second, it helps you formalize your strategy. So whenever you're appearing for any competitive exam, you're supposed to have a strategy, and especially the exams that have negative marking. It is very, very important that you're very wise choosing the questions जो आपने attempt करने हैं and choosing the questions जो आप skip कर रहे हैं. So by appearing for mocks, it helps you analyze your strengths, the things that you're good in, and weaknesses, the things that you're not that good in. तो जब आप जिस दिन एग्जाम दे रहे हैं, you can very easily skip those questions that you were constantly making a mistake in previously in your box, and you will not waste your time in that. Another very important benefit of mock is time management. I feel आप बहुत आसानी से अपना time manage कर पाते हैं because you've already appeared for such an exam earlier through your mock. तो जब आप actual exam के लिए बैठते हैं, it is not an alien feeling for you. That's very, very important. Apart from this, Janendra, anything that you want to add? Mock के benefits.
Adding to main point, there are few tokens which are speed breakers which are in exam. So going to do many type of modes, it will help you to know which tokens are speed breaker and which and that token we never need to touch. Since we will, if we will touch those type of tokens, we will not able to do other part of the tokens. And a second thing is that we will see many tokens by practicing, but they are not important from the exam point of view. And they will make so many modes. After that, you will realize which tokens you need to do more photos and which you need to do less photos.
Absolutely right. Surendra, that's absolutely right. So you basically completed the entire thing. Now, what we have discussed so far was CUET. Now, I told you earlier, CUET is the gateway to all the central universities. Is in CUET 23, there are 110 plus universities who are acknowledging CUET and considering CUET as an entrance test for their various undergraduate courses in their respective institutes. Now, I want to speak specifically about Delhi University because CUET is an entrance test to the various colleges under the umbrella of Delhi University, different courses that they're offering at the undergraduate level. So I'm pretty sure a lot of students would be targeting DU. So Janendra, what I want you to answer or to tell us is what is the procedure after you've appeared for the CUET exam? Delhi University में admission लेने के लिए क्या procedure रहता है?
So once the HSS result, you need to register yourself on CSAS portal provided by Delhi University. After filling all the necessary information, personal information of yours, as well as uploading documents, the CSAS portal will ask you for your preference list, and that preference list you need to fill very wisely. If you will do a mistake, a single mistake in filling preference field, then takes you to a don't tolerance and don't towards of your choice. So I would say fill very wisely preference list. After that, the Delhi University will release its result, and there are many rounds take place for admission. Like in first round, they will allot a tolerance to you, and if you want to go to the further down, you need to accept that seat and press upgrade button. And if you are happy or satisfied with the tolerance allotted to you in the first list, you need to freeze that option.
Yes, that's pretty much the short version. Abhi, it won't make any sense discussing about it because we are way far from it. Once CUET exam has taken place, हम उसके बाद discuss करेंगे about the admission process for Delhi University, which is called CSAS, Common Seat Allocation System, जिसके through Delhi University में admission होता है. It is a separate procedure for it. We'll discuss it in the next session जब हम DU पे focus करेंगे about the admission. Now we have a question in the comment section, Janendra. So Path Ahuja here is asking, how did you prepare for math? So what was the strategy preparing for math as a domain subject?
So, but I told you that while preparing for boards, we are done with the NCRT as well as NCRT exemplar. So after CGT, you need to increase your speed in those tokens. The tokens are same and concepts we have already covered. So like you have to go through each token 4 to 5 times. You will get to know how you were doing that token, and by doing the exam, you will do that token within a minute if you have done to that token at least 4 to 5 times. since all the questions were asked from there. After that, I would say in my while I had given my boards, there was the direction in the syllabus by the CBSE board, and the questions were asked from there too. And many students have ignored their related part. So I would say in when I had given my CGT exam, there were around 7 to 8 questions from the deleted part, and you need to focus more. After that, you need to cover case study questions, since there were two case study questions comprising each of 5 questions. And while one case study was very much simple, the second was very much complicated. And after that, they will notes both essential things as I have discussed already.
Okay, so I hope these tips are useful and that you implement it in your preparation for the. So we are almost towards the end of the session, Janendra. पता ही नहीं चला कब 1 घंटा निकल गया. So एक बहुत common question होता है, like everybody is working, जो भी boards दे रहे हैं, जो भी 12th standard में, they all are working really hard. They're working hard for their boards. साथ ही साथ वो entrance के लिए prepare कर रहे हैं. There will be a lot of students जो multiple entrances दे रहे हैं. Who are appearing for 3-4 entrances. It's a very difficult time for them. It's a very stressful time for them. So, and everybody is seeking results. सब चाहते हैं कि अच्छे कॉलेज में अपनी पसंद के कोर्स में उनका एडमिशन हो जाए. So, I want to ask you, how is life on the other side now? Now that you have made it to Delhi University, you have made it to your desired course, you made it to your desired college, you have got your result. How is life now? What is your current schedule? How do you spend your day? And how is your college life going?
So I would say my life much active after entering the college of CSAT college, since like now after entering the Delhi University, the first thing you need to maintain is 75% attendance. So I would say I need to go to the attend college regularly from morning 9 to 5 p.m. After that, doing all the society's work and doing daily assignment, as well as we are the new batch for the implementation of NEP also. We have ended up with semester 1, and few days before we got told that there was change in the marking stream as well as a change in the subjects. So I would say that after the entering CBS, it has made my schedule very much hectic in comparison to my school time schedule. And time management is the skill that I am learning till now.
Okay. So what are your future plans now, Janendra? After graduation, what are you aiming to do after that?
So I am like the other CBS students. I want to ever do my career in consulting jobs.
Okay, want to get a current as a consultant, right? Consultant yes. For finance?
Jasmine.
So is there any particular course for that? मतलब क्या graduation is the minimum qualification या कुछ और special करना पड़ता है? Please enlighten us to that.
No, ma'am. After the BFA course in CSAT College of Business Studies, most of the companies that come into that team are from the consultant point of view only.
Okay. All right. So I think that's all for the session today. Thank you so much, Janendra, for taking time out from your hectic schedule. I'm really happy that you were able to share some information. You were able to clear almost all the questions. Sabhi ke. Still, अगर कोई ऐसा बच्चा है जिसका कोई question रह गया हो, people who could not understand any particular aspect of today's session, or maybe you're watching this session later, please feel free to post your queries in the comment section. Okay, and we will be proactive to answer your queries. So thank you so much, Janendra, for being with us today. Right, all the best for your future. And you are a star of Hitbullseye, since you are our ex-student and you made it so well in your life. I'm really happy to see that you're doing so well. So thank you so much. Hoping to have such sessions, such collaborations ahead in future. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And all you people out there, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you liked the session. If you liked the session, please do press the like button. Share it with your friends who apparently would be preparing for the same exam or would want information about the same thing, or different entrances in management or law, because we cater to that. And of course, sharing is caring. Do subscribe to our channel for the upcoming videos, lives, and everything basically that you need to know. And like I said earlier, I would repeat it again. Any questions, please feel free to share it in the comment section, or you can DM it to us on Hitbullseye on our Instagram channel, and we'll be proactive to answer it there. Thank you so much. Happy weekend, and I'll see you next week with another interesting session of BBKP Pathshala. Till then, bye-bye.